Values education are the foundation of culture. The aim of values education is to help learners improve their social tendencies by adapting social and universal values, support character development, raise good citizens, and enhance academic efforts and achievement. Good day, everyone. Today, we are going to dive deeper into the concepts and strategies revolving the values education across the discipline. And I am your lesson presenter, Kenneth J. A. Ikin, from third year Bachelor of Social Science Education. Values education plays a crucial role in shaping the character and holistic development of students. In the context of the Philippines, where cultural diversity and societal challenges bound, integrating values education across different subjects are essential. Traditionally, values education has been taught as a standalone subject detached from other academic disciplines. However, this compartmentalized approach limits students' ability to connect values to real-life situations and their academic learning. So, here is the learning objective of my lesson. To At the end of the lesson, we are expected to demonstrate understanding of how personal and professional reflection of personal value system and learning improve our life choices and practices and its impact in our role in values formation. Here is the lesson outline. First is the nature of integration of values in the various subject areas across levels. Administrative approaches to the integration of values. Third, systematic integration of values in various subjects. Fourth, integration of values education in social sciences. And fifth is the integration of values education in science and technology. First, we need to know the nature of integration. Values education aims to promote the moral, ethical, and social development of students. It equips them with essential skills and knowledge to make informed decisions, exhibit empathy, and contribute positively to the society. Integration of salient concepts as values in the various subjects should primarily start with the formulation of goals and objectives and identification of contents, which should involve the school administrators, teachers, parents, as well as the learners. As much as possible, the conceived learning task should reflect the aspirations and ideals or the values of the Filipino people. Such tasks must provide the basis for the selection and organization of learning experiences for the proper transmission of desired values of our society. In tackling about the integration of values in various disciplines, there, here comes the administrative approaches of integration in values across disciplines. Natural integration is a common approach used in educational settings. It leverages subject matter or activities to emphasize specific concepts or values that educators aim to instill. It includes vertical integration approach. In here, it is only done in a specific grade or year level. It has two components, the total horizontal integration, which should be done in all subject areas in the selected grade level. Second is the partial horizontal integration, which should be done only to selected subjects in a grade level singled out for such purpose. Another integration approach is the horizontal. It is the integration done in one specific grade or year level. It has also two components, the total horizontal integration and partial horizontal integration. Other integration approaches specified in our lesson is the or are the um, total horizontal integration approach, the unnatural integration approach, and the eclectic integration approach. From the word eclectic, these are the combinations of different approaches. Aside from the administrative integration approach, we also have the systematic integration of values in various subjects, which answers the question, how can we create a more just world? It can be integrated here the PNU ACES methodology. The PNU ACES methodology attempts to integrate values development in different subject areas across levels. Using the PNU ACES makes the lesson development systematic in the sense that the lessons make use of the creatively organized activities and purposive. It purports to develop values intended in the lesson and as indicated in the learning objectives and expected outcomes. The PNU ACES is anchored to the confluent theory of education. Confluent theory of education is a simultaneous development of cognitive and affective aspects of the learner that enhance the wholeness of their well-being. It includes the cognitive development or the development of the adequate construct system of the learners by providing an ability to construe events in different ways to analyze the events. Second is the affective development, which includes the development of a sound value system to have a fuller and viable way of life. The PNU ACES teaching approach imply both inductive and deductive methods in the conduct of lessons, although the former is given more emphasis since certain principles and conditions of learning that activate the learner and make learning personal and meaningful are easier achieved through the inductive method. The teacher is viewed as a both facilitator and director of values learning because they have the role. This includes that, or this includes the role of a teacher as a facilitator. The teacher, as a facilitator of affective and cognitive learning, has a role of providing learning experiences and maintaining an effective vehicle of values education. She or he is tasked to structure meaningful learning activities that the students can go through, which may provide them some basis for making decisions and manifesting their value orientations. Teacher as a value director has the following tasks to do. First is the processing of learning by helping the students clarify their values or options further. Processing both the cognitive and affective learning of the students. Second is directing the focus of awareness. The teacher should not be values neutral. She guides the students to understand the alternatives and the possible consequences of the values that people must uphold to be able to perform their roles efficiently. Third is by providing cognitive inputs, presenting various sides of the issue through lecturettes or lecture fora or panel discussions participated in by students. Fourth is directing values to the learner to be learned. The teacher may expound or put across here what she or he believes in after all the side of issue are exhausted, considering that what they offer to the students are worthy to be lived in or emulate. Talking about the role of teacher comes the andragogy. Andragogy means that the uniquely personal and subjective nature of learning is best attained through having the learner undergo the experiences by themselves and also with others in group. In attaining in attaining this andragogy, we have to consider the climate settings. Climate setting are the physical environment and psychological atmospheres. The following are characteristics of psychological atmosphere conducive conducive to values learning. First is an environment of active people. People learn when they are personally involved in the learning process. Learning is not poured into people. Learning emerges from people. Second is a climate of mutual respect. When a high value is placed on individual uniqueness, a sense of caring prevails. Learners are more open to learning when they feel respected. Third is a climate of acceptance. Accepting a person means that she can or he can be him or herself and hold his or her belief. Fourth, or letter D, is a climate of mutual trust. When people end up feeling a trust in themselves and in others, students learn more from those whom they trust. These are the other climate settings considered in providing an andragogy. A climate of self-discovery. When learners are helped to meet their own needs rather than having their needs dictated to them, learning is facilitated in an atmosphere which promotes an individual's discovery of the personal meaning of values. Next is a value of openness and authenticity. When personal concerns, feelings, ideas, and beliefs can be expressed and examined openly, they are more likely to be willingly to examine new ideas and risk new behaviors than when they feel the need to be defensive. Another is the non-threatening psychological climate. So that person can confront persons and ideas confront ideas without fear when alternative solutions can be explored without pressures of immediate answer. Another is the emphasis on the uniquely personal nature of learning, which individ- or when each individual knows that his or her values, beliefs, and views are very important and significant, the process of learning is emotional as well as intellectual. Next is the emphasis on cooperative evaluation and self-evaluation. When people can see themselves as they really are, and with the help of with the help of their peers, learners understand and solve their problems in a helping relationship. Next is a climate of supportiveness. People learn better when they feel supported rather than judged or threatened. A climate of pleasure, on the other hand, is a learn shows that learning should be one of the most pleasant and gratifying experiences in life. After all, it is the way people can become what they are capable of being, achieving their full potential. And last is a climate of humaneness. The more people feel that they are being treated as human beings, the more they are likely to learn. Aside from providing physical comfort, it means providing a caring, accepting, respecting, helping social atmosphere. These are the other characteristics of an andragogy. First is the involving learners in mutual planning, involving participants in diagnosing their needs for learning, involving learners in formulating their learning objectives, involving learners carry out their learning plans, involving learners in evaluating their learning, and involving learners in designing learning plans. Under the PNUACES, it has four phases, which includes learning trigger phase or the activity. It is structured learning experiences which facilitate both the cognitive and affective learning. Next is the values clarification phase or the analysis. It is a more in-depth process of insights and feelings of learners. Analysis of the learning has two phases, which includes the cognitive content processing and the affective processing. Third is the inculcation or directive phase or the abstraction. Reinforcement of the student's construct system by abstraction or generalizations and inferences. In this phase, the facilitator or the teachers enrich the learning which are processed in the analysis phase through cognitive and affective affective inputs. And last is the action phase or the application. Practical application where the learner is expected to transfer his or her affective and cognitive learning into actual situations. After learning all these phases of integration in the general or broader context, we are now going to identify how can this integration of values in a specific field is like the social sciences. So integration of values in social sciences. The role of social science in understanding human behavior and society plays a vital role in shaping ethical values, prompting empathy, and preparing individuals to engage meaningfully in society. And we can consider these roles of social science in understanding human behavior and society. First is the awareness of social issues. Social science education equips students with knowledge and awareness to address critical social issues. This include poverty, inequality, environmental concerns, and human rights violations. Next is empathy and social awareness. Social science fosters empathy by exposing students to diverse perspectives and experiences as it encouraged them to consider the feelings and needs of others. Through social awareness, students recognize the interconnectedness of societal challenges and the importance of cooperation as an action. Next is the contextual understanding. Human behavior is complex and influenced by various factors. Social science provides tools to analyze behavior within its cultural, historical, and social context. And last is the preparation for social roles. Socialization is a key aspect of social science, as it prepares individuals to perform specific roles within society, whether as citizens, members, or professionals. Understanding social roles helps students navigate their responsibilities and contribute positively to their communities. And incorporating values education in social sciences curriculum can be seen in different fields or different areas. And one of the approaches where we can apply this incorporation is the inquiry-based approach. By definition, inquiry-based approaches encourage students to explore, question, and critically analyze social issues and phenomena. These inquiry-based approaches foster reasoning, self-awareness, and decision-making skills, which contribute to the student wellness and resilience. And we can apply this in social classroom by thinking that educators can use these methods to discuss values, ethics, and societal norms. The students engage in discussions, research, and problem solving related to real world scenarios. There are different other approaches in integrating values education in social science, but one of the important is the inquiry based approach. We can also integrate values education by teaching empathy and compassion through history lessons, promoting ethical decision making in political science studies, and fostering cultural understanding and respect in anthropology and sociology. Next, we are now going to dive deeper into other field of education or discipline. Science and technology are deeply interconnected, with scientific discoveries often driving technological advancement. It's important to note that it has a crucial role in understanding the natural world and fostering technological progress through through values education. So the role of science and technology includes the ethical decision making. Scientific inquiry or the scientific gain or pursuit of knowledge encourages curiosity, critical thinking, and evidence-based reasoning. Values education ensures that students consider ethical implications while conducting experiments, analyzing data, and making scientific decisions. Another is the technology development. When creating new technologies, ethical considerations are paramount. Students learn to weigh benefits against potential risks, considering societal well being, environmental impact, and privacy concerns. Another role of science and technology is responsible innovation. Integrating values into technology education fosters responsible innovation. By understanding that technology advancement should align with shared values such as safety, sustainability, and social justice. Balancing progress and consequences are one of the factors that we can consider in the role of science and technology as it is integrated in values education. Because by discussing real world examples, students explore the ethical dilemmas faced by scientists and engineers. They learn to navigate the fine line between progress and unintended consequences. Additional role of science and technology and values education is tech reach or the technology's reach. Another is values in action and science diplomacy. When we say science diplomacy, this is when values education emphasizes global citizenship. Students understand that scientific collaboration transcends borders. They appreciate the role of science and technology in addressing global challenges like climate change, health crisis, and resource management. So, how can we incorporate values education in science and technology curriculum? We can integrate this through project-based learning because it engages students in hands-on projects that integrate science, technology, and values. By designing solutions, students enhance critical thinking, creativity, and analytical skills. They learn to navigate challenges and adapt their approaches. So, how can we apply this in classroom setting? By designing projects that address real-world challenges like creating sustainable energy solutions, encouraging students to consider ethical, social, and environmental implications throughout the project. Here is a diagram showing the relief the reflections of students in relation to the integration of values education in various disciplines, specifically in science and technology. It helps them realize their responsibilities, they gain learning, they gain awareness, they associate their learning to daily life, and they define their responsibility or their responsibility value. So, what are the benefits of integrating values education as a whole? First, it provides a holistic development of students, as I discussed previously. Second is it forms a responsible and ethical citizens, not only students but citizens. Next is the enhancement of critical thinking and decision-making skills necessary for our country to grow and to develop. Next is last is the cultivation of empathy, respect, and social awareness. Values education not only benefits the academic field, but also the affective domain of every student, specifically the youth. On the other hand, these are the challenges for successful integration. First is the diverse values prioritized in different disciplines because this includes different disciplines to be considered. Next is the aligning values education with existing curricula of objectives. Some Some curriculum or curricula has mismatched with the learning objectives or the attainment of the students. Next, the lack of teacher training in values education methodologies. Fourth is the time constraints within limited teaching schedules. Because of these time constraints, the interaction between the student and teacher becomes limited and hence affecting the transfer of learning. Fifth is the difficulty in assessing and evaluating the impact of values education. And last is cultural sensitivity and inclusivity considerations. Because we have different cultural upbringings, which means we are um, different in different in various aspects. So how can we solve these challenges to successfully integrate values education in different disciplines? First is teacher training and professional development. By teaching teachers to upskill themselves, they can improve their pedagogy or art of teaching. Next is incorporating real-life examples and case studies. This involves students to engage in their community and realize their full potentials and reflect on these experiences. And last is creating a safe and inclusive classroom environment because a child-friendly school or child-friendly classroom fosters cooperation and drives to the attainment of the learning objectives and the attainment of the specific goals of the society. For my, as we can see, values education involves different facets. It involves positive and negative if this is not being integrated um, properly in the classroom setup. So for my reflection, as an educator, I strongly believe in the crucial role of integrating values education across disciplines such as social science, science and technology, and physical science, and other disciplines of the education. Values education is not just about instilling ethical principles. It's about nurturing students to become responsible global citizens who can navigate complex societal challenges with empathy, integrity, and critical thinking. In social science, values education fosters a deeper understanding of diverse cultures, promotes social justice, and cultivates respect for human rights. In science and technology, it encourages ethical decision making, responsible innovation, and environmental sustainability. Embracing values based teaching approaches empowers educators to create inclusive learning environments where students not only acquire knowledge but also develop the character and values essential for a harmonious and thriving society. For my references, here are the lists. I hope you gain um, knowledge and learning in this lesson, and I hope this will be translated into action. And I hope our values will be ignited because of our learning in this session. Thank you for learning and thank you for listening. Once again, I am Kenneth J. Ikin, 3B SSE. Once again, kita kits, mabuhay, God bless.